small child. Look how pretty it is in here. Oh, look. I'm just doing a quick video.
Sounds good. We'll see you over there.
Okay.
Excited.
There are 200 people coming next door. We're at the Lowell Inn, which is like this beautiful, charming hotel in a town called Stillwater, Minnesota. I do not own this music, YouTube, or Facebook. It's Sinatra. And we have an event tonight. It starts at 5, so I have 14 minutes. And we have just signed, I don't know, 800 books, 785 books, which took just under 2 hours, FYI. And it's cold here. Like spring in Edenton, where I live, it's polleny, but it's downright warm. It is freaking freezing here. I mean, it's like 40. But yeah, it's really fun. So my friend Kate just said, I really want to enjoy tonight. And there's so many, it's like there's too many things coming too quickly. So we have tonight the book signing. We signed books this afternoon. That was fun. Carrie and Kate and I. And we have the event tonight. And then in the morning we fly to New York. That's kind of fun. Then we have a book signing tomorrow night at the Corner Bookstore in New York City. Will you be on Zoom at the morning show? We're heading to New York. We're heading to New York. And then we have a dinner with our agent tomorrow night. Wednesday morning, we get up really early. We head over to CBS for hair and makeup. We had about an hour call with them today, and we got to see Gail's, who's, interviewing us. We'll be on CBS Mornings. Gail's book was filled with Post-it notes. It's really special. Like, she had taken the time to read the note and was really nice. And then after that, we have lunch with our editors and our publisher. Well, you brought no coat to Minnesota. This is true. You're going to listen to Audible tomorrow. Some of you are getting your books. So we just happened to be driving around today. Well, I needed a coat, so I went and bought a coat at Nordstrom Rack. And Kate was like, let's go in Barnes & Noble. And I was like, oh, okay, that'll be fun. We'll go in Barnes & Noble. But darn if the book wasn't in Barnes & Noble. So we went and took them off the shelf and started signing them. It was really fun. Yeah, I do not own this music. Can't wait to get a copy of my book. I think just sometimes in life, it's like your wedding day, or you have a baby or you're pregnant and you're so excited for something to happen, but you don't want to miss the beauty and the preliminary part or the precursor to the big thing is the best part, right? Like the best part to me of Christmas has always been the week before Christmas, right? Like getting ready for Christmas. And for this, book launch day is tomorrow. Today is a big day. We've got 200 people coming. We have bought tickets for this event. Wednesday, we're on CBS Morning. It's a big deal. I turned 50 on Friday. 50. When do you head home? We head home on Wednesday, and then my husband and I head to Alexandria. We have 12 teacher conferences on Friday, so the life of a mother for 2 of my kids. And then it's 50th birthday dinner with my husband and my middle 2. So I'm really excited about that. Over here in Australia, exciting. Yay. Yay. Yeah, it's a big week. And my godmother just sent a post via my mom, and it talked about how March is kind of the end and April is full of new beginnings. And I really like that. And things are going to happen that you don't expect, and you're going to be excited. And life is like that, right? Like it's not the life we planned, but there's a lot of good stuff on the horizon for all of us. And really embracing that, Yes, Amos is doing okay without me. Always nice to see him and celebrate with him and recognize that the gift of him for putting me on this journey, this autism journey. We are not on Good Morning America. We are on CBS Mornings. I bet at 40 you didn't think you'd have a book out at 50. I wouldn't have had a book out at 50 unless I had two very good friends who really pushed me to write a book. They were telling the story today, and they said, yeah, we were like, how are we going to get Adrian on board to write this book? And their idea was to tell me that they were going to invite someone else so that I would be pissed. I'd be like, how dare you? You just got the audio? Yes. So that was, funny. Really funny. So I'm getting the nicest note. So in the book, there's this chapter on caregiving. And I think anybody that, we have an elderly parent now that lives with us. And so caregiving is new to me, this kind of caregiving. And I just got the nicest message from Spruill's, which is our little office supply store in Edenton. And my father-in-law goes in there and sits in this armchair and visits with them. And they like make time and space for him. And I think, wow, how different. Autism is not much different than an older person needing time and attention, and just, are we all making space? Are we taking the time to talk to somebody and to learn their story? Last night, we were at the pool at this really nice hotel where I'm staying. It's called La Quinta. And Kate and Carrie and their husbands, we were going to go eat. And the little kids, Kate's littles, wanted to swim. And I said, I'm fine to watch people to swim. Because I always loved when people would watch my kids so I could eat, Your bracelets are louder than you. Really? Do you like them? And I was sitting there and I just thought, I'm going to watch them. I did a video, and then the other one came in there. I was like, I can't do a video and watch these two toddlers, But there was this mom there, and she was chasing a little girl who looked to be, 3 or 4. And she would grab her arm she was worried. Or sometimes the little girl would just run towards the big pool, and multiple people would try to stop her, and she would drink the water, and she would go up the slide and kind of tumble down a little bit. And after a while, I kind of a few times said, oh, I got her, whatever. She was coming up that way. And I said, tell me about your daughter. And she said, well, she's in speech therapy. And I said, how old is she? And she said, she's 4. And I said, oh, does she have, a diagnosis? And she said, well, she recently was diagnosed with autism. And I said, well, I have a son with autism, and my 2 friends that were in here, they also have children with autism. And we just had the nicest 30-minute conversation. And I said, I just want you to know that I see you and I see what you're doing, and I've been there. And it's really hard. And she said, yeah, it's really hard. I'm a stay-at-home mom, and I don't know what to do for her. And so we were just talking about what she could do. I was telling her about our book and telling her about applying for the waiver and telling her about maybe she could ask about some more kind of school programs. And I said, I've been there. I've been the one at the soccer field. All the other moms were on the bleachers, and I was, untangling my octopus from the net. It's really tough. And it was such a God wink of being there to talk to her. And this book is part of a bigger plan than me. And so when I think about it being successful, or, what that looks like, I know that it's successful because it's made my life better, and I think that just tonight, there are people coming to the book signing, 200 people, and they're like, oh, my grandson has autism, and a woman just said, my daughter's son has this. Do you know anything about that? And people are hungry to have somebody that will talk to them and say, I am normal and regular, and this is tough stuff, So anyway, it's just been really a great moment. for me. And 8 years ago, Jan loves me. Jan wants me to wear a camisole. Jan, would you like to see my bra? Yes, this is my mother-in-law's sweater. My mother-in-law died just a few months ago. And so that was kind of special for me to wear. And this was my grandmother's emerald and my mother's gold coin. So just everything has a little meaning, you know?
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Everything has a little meaning.
Are you going there too? I am.
But
Can we walk together? Sure. Okay.
I think it's just
You can go out the door there, there's a side door that goes to
so
the
proud
parking
of you.
garage.
Well, we're really happy. If you hadn't ordered the book, I hope you will. It's called Autism Out Loud. You can order it on Amazon, Barnes and Noble. You can get it from Valley Bookseller. But I think it's pretty big to me. I love things with meaning. You know what's interesting, and I'm really going to talk about this more probably tomorrow when I'm on the way to New York, but 8 years ago, I was in New York getting this autism diagnosis. 8 years ago, like last week, I was crying in an airport. And now I'm going back and like, we're going to be on CBS and Gail King's going to interview us. And it's like, wow, you know? And all because this voice in my head said, you know, you used to write. You should write. And I could have been like, I'm not writing. I'm going to pretend this doesn't exist. I'm going to go on about my business like I've done for a while now. But boy, I'm so glad I did. You know, I'm so glad I did. Listen to that voice. If you're watching on YouTube, please double click to like it. If you are watching on Facebook or YouTube, please share. Please encourage people to buy the book. I really have high hopes that it's going to be a bestseller, and even more important, that it's going to get in the hands of people that really need it. Goodbye.